So it's like you're going to build a casino and you're already focusing on rehabilitating people with gambling addiction. Should there be a casino in Nassau County? If you haven't heard, the Las Vegas Sands is proposing they build a casino where the Nassau Coliseum is. Last night, people came out to the legislative hearing to make their point heard and discuss whether they're in favor or whether they're opposed to building this casino. I don't really know. I was trying to figure out whether I think there should be a casino or not. So I went to the legislative hearing and I heard what the people had to say. The site of the casino is going to be where the Nassau Coliseum is right now. The Nassau Coliseum is a rundown stadium. It's where the Islanders used to play. Really nothing goes on at Nassau Coliseum anymore. It used to be the Islanders' home. That place used to be rocking when the Islanders played in the Stanley Cup. They won 4 Stanley Cups in that arena. My childhood was going to the Islander games at the Nassau Coliseum. I used to wait in between the Marriott and the Coliseum for the players to walk across and I'd get their autograph 3 hours before the game. Historical place, the Nassau Coliseum. Yeah. And for years, they've been talking about knocking it down. There's been a bunch of different things that have been proposed, but nothing ever goes through. And this looks like it's the closest to going through, is them building a casino. Las Vegas Sands, nice casinos, wants to build a casino here on Long Island in the current site of the Nassau Coliseum. That's what they talked about in this legislative hearing. Everyone got up. They could only talk about the environmental impact study. They weren't allowed to talk about anything else that is regarding building this casino. So one guy got up there and he was talking, and he was representing the Sands actually. And he said, gambling's bad, but we've already taken steps to help out and support facilities that aid in rehabilitating gamblers. So it's like you're going to build a casino and you're already focusing on rehabilitating people with gambling addiction. And right away, the whole crowd went, off topic, off topic. That has nothing to do with the environmental impact study. The place went and then the next person comes up and he's a East Meadow resident. And the first thing he says is, I feel like when people come up and they're speaking here today, they should let us all know before they start talking if they've got paid to be here today. Because the last person that just spoke reportedly got paid $200,000 to be here and to support this. The 3 factors, one is the water. There's going to be a tremendous amount of water used, and apparently the aquifer in Long Island is depleted. And if there's not enough water, it'll start sucking in salt water, which contaminates the aquifer. 750,000 gallons is going to be used per day, I believe they said, to run this casino. So there's an incredible increase in water usage on Long Island. Traffic. Big thing was traffic. This girl gets up and she goes, you know, a lot of people weren't able to make it here tonight because they're stuck in traffic. We already have so much traffic. Now you want to build a casino that's gonna, you know, bring so much more traffic and so much more activity to that area, which is already congested. The Sands said they're gonna put between $6 and $17 billion into the infrastructure. They're gonna be extending a lane on the Meadowbrook Parkway. So there's gonna be an extra lane on the Meadowbrook Parkway, and there's gonna be just a ton of extra cars. But the Sands, they say that they're prepared. The improvements that they're gonna make in the infrastructure will help, although there is a casino, help there to be less traffic on Long Island. And the people that are living there are saying, I don't understand how that's possible. You're building a casino which brings more people. You're gonna add 1 lane on the Meadowbrook and that's supposed to help everything. So there was a big argument between those 2 points. A point that nobody brought up was that the Nassau Coliseum had crazy crowds. The Nassau Coliseum had frequent events and they packed that place out. And yeah, there was a little more traffic like right after the game or right before the game. But I think that'll be a little bit more steady with a casino where people are kind of coming in and going out. I think it's gonna be like a really nice casino. I don't know if it's gonna be, it ain't gonna be Jake's 58. But still, no matter how crazy and nice the casino is. I don't know, is that Long Island really? Is that why people come to Long Island? And even a nice casino, the areas around casinos are kind of like not great. But it was really like a 50-50 room. I think 50% of the people had the green sign, 50% of the people had the red sign, and it was just back and forth banter I was talking to a lot of the guys there. They're laid off. There's not much work. They're looking for projects to get busy. That 8-year construction period would be just jobs for everybody. There would be so much work to put this thing together. Those were the people that were really in favor of it. It will bring a lot of money to Nassau County, but is it gonna ruin what's around, My initial feeling is that it's not good for Long Island, So like Atlantic City, I feel like Atlantic City could be like Long Island if they didn't have casinos. But it could also be something different if they can do it without damaging the environment, really. If they could do it without damaging the people around. Like New York, gambling was illegal forever. There was no gambling. That was part of our culture. You had to go to Atlantic City to gamble. Now there's little casinos, but this is going to be a casino. There was one person at this hearing that told me the NAR, I haven't done any research on it, but they told me the NAR did a study and the home values in the immediate area are going to drop initially 3 to 6%. It's going to be interesting to see. It's a story that we're going to keep our eye on, Jake.